I was reading about this amazing initiative in Denmark where nurses are helping kids talk about death and serious illness before they even have to face it
Yeah.
themselves.
Really? That's, quite forward thinking. How exactly are they doing that?
Well, two nurses, Suzanne and Ian, they're inviting school classes and confirmands to hospices to have
Wow.
open discussions about life's toughest topics.
Taking kids to hospices? Isn't that a bit, intense?
You'd think so, but actually, it's like they're breaking down barriers, making these
Hmm,
subjects less taboo.
I see. So what do the kids do during these visits?
They participate in group discussions, answer quizzes, and even get tours of the hospice facilities. They ask questions they've probably never considered before, like,
Right.
what is an undertaker? Or, have you ever seen a dead person?
That's profound. But do they handle it well? I mean, they're so young.
Actually, the kids take it very seriously. You can almost hear the weight of the questions in the room as they engage
Yeah.
thoughtfully.
That's impressive. Maybe we're underestimating their ability to handle such topics.
Exactly. And the nurses believe that by talking about death in peacetime, when they aren't
Hmm.
personally affected, it prepares them for future experiences.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like teaching fire safety before there's a fire.
Precisely. It's like, giving them the tools before they need to use them.
Hospice in child height. That's a clever way to put it. Bringing complex topics down to their level.
Yes. And it covers a wide range of subjects, from natural death to assisted suicide, and even what it's like to work in a hospice.
Wait, assisted suicide? Do you think that's appropriate for kids?
Well, they handle it carefully, providing information without pushing opinions,
Right.
allowing the kids to form their own thoughts.
I suppose exposing them to different perspectives can be valuable.
Exactly. It's about education, not indoctrination. And they also discuss the roles of various hospice staff, even the dog Freya who visits patients.
A dog? That's fantastic. Animals can be so therapeutic.
Absolutely. Some patients love having Freya around, others prefer not to. It's all about personal choice.
It's great that they respect individual preferences.
Definitely. And the kids learn that a hospice isn't just doctors and nurses. It's cooks, cleaners, volunteers, even pets.
That broadens their understanding of care and support.
Exactly. And by involving the kids, they're hoping to spread awareness beyond the hospice walls, like
Yeah,
ripples in a pond.
that's a beautiful metaphor. So how has the response been from the kids and their families?
Positive. The kids often go home and discuss what they've learned with their parents,
Oh, really?
sparking important conversations at the dinner table.
That's amazing. It not only educates the kids, but also the families.
Exactly. It's like a chain reaction of openness and understanding.
I wish we had programs like that when we were younger.
Me too. It might have made dealing with losses a bit easier.
Yeah, I remember when I first experienced a death in the family, I felt so unprepared.
Same here. It's like we were thrown into the deep end without knowing how to swim.
Exactly. By then, it's often too overwhelming to process properly.
That's why what Suzanne and Ivan are doing is so important. They're giving kids the tools to navigate these tough emotions.
Absolutely. But do you think there's any resistance to this approach? Maybe from parents who think it's too much for their children?
There might be some, but overall, the recognition of the benefits seems to outweigh the concerns.
That's good to hear. And you mentioned other hospices are adopting this program?
Yes, at least 14 hospices in Denmark have requested their teaching material, and others are starting to run similar initiatives.
That's incredible. It's really catching on.
It is. And it's not just confined to hospices. Schools and even priests are getting involved.
It seems like a community effort.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of it. It's bringing people together to tackle a universal topic.
This reminds me of how some cultures have festivities around death, celebrating the lives of those who have passed.
Yes, like the Dia de los Muertos in Mexico.
Right. Maybe we can learn from those traditions, embracing death as a natural part of life.
Exactly. If we can demystify it, perhaps we can reduce the fear and anxiety surrounding it.
I agree. So, do you think such programs could work internationally?
I think so. But we'd need to adapt them to different cultural contexts, respecting
Yeah,
local beliefs and practices.
that makes sense. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
Exactly. But the core idea, encouraging open conversations about death, is universal.
So true. Maybe it's time we start advocating for similar initiatives in our own communities.
I couldn't agree more. It's a conversation that's long overdue.
Definitely. Hey, do you think we could reach out to Suzanne and Ian for more insights?
That's a great idea. Maybe even get our hands on their teaching material.
That would be fantastic. We could learn a lot from their approach.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe we can help spread those ripples even further.
I love that thought. It's like we're all part of a bigger wave of change.
Exactly. Moving towards a society that's not afraid to face the realities of life and death.
Well, I'm inspired. Let's make it happen.
Let's do it.